Y'all feel me? Let's run it!
On New Year's Eve, if you start Avengers Infinity War at exactly 9:58:42 p.m., Thanos will snap his fingers at midnight, ending 2025. On New Year's Eve, if you start The Great Gatsby at 11:29:57 p.m., Gatsby will toast you into the new year. If you play the SpongeBob SquarePants movie at exactly 10:47:48 p.m., SpongeBob will rock out to I'm a Goofy Goober at midnight. And if you start watching Back to the Future at exactly 10:19:08 p.m. on New Year's Eve, Marty will travel back to the future as the clock strikes midnight. If you start Forrest Gump at exactly 10:38:55 p.m. on New Year's Eve, you'll be able to share a Happy New Year with the lonely confetti-covered Lieutenant Dan. If you start Die Hard at exactly 9:58:13 p.m., Hans Gruber will fall exactly as the new year begins, essentially acting as a human ball drop. And if you start Wicked at exactly 9:29:41 p.m., Elphaba's iconic Defying Gravity high note will hit precisely at midnight. And on New Year's Eve, if you start Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse at exactly 10:34:25 p.m., Miles Morales will take his leap of faith right into 2026.
I think I would pick between either Avengers or Into the Spider-Verse. Shout out to Paul D. Foisey. What movie would you watch tonight? Let me know in the comments down below.
If you leave and you have to use the bathroom or even get water,
you lose your spot.
That's the problem.
So what do you do with the bathroom?
What do you do? I'll show you exactly what you do. Okay? Hold on. Let me see. Let me try and find this here.
Okay, now I
see these pads?
Yeah.
You have to pee in these pads. Let me show you.
But you're a man. What do you do if you're a woman?
Everybody's equal. Nobody's any different.
Oh, you just put it in your underwear?
That's exactly what you do.
And then you switch and you have like bags, like
It stays there. It stays there.
This will hold for the whole day?
You make it will stay for the whole day, yeah.
Oh, this is what you do?
I will be wearing
diapers. See?
What?
I'm wearing diapers.
The diapers?
See? This is what. Yep.
This is not a diaper though. This will not.
It works too. It works too.
It works?
You're a lady. You should know.
No, it's not working.
It works.
It's not. I wouldn't try it.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Ann says if you see this symbol right here, run for your life.
Okay, I'm about to expose something real quick because I need y'all to pay attention. If y'all don't pay attention to this, you're not going to get it. Do y'all see this First Baptist Church right here, right? In this big old building, this recreation gym. They have this church office and this Mac gym, right? I'm about to show y'all something. I'm about to show y'all something that's going to blow your mind. I'm going to show y'all what's behind this church. Hold on. Yep. Just as expected. And the thing is, right, what I'm doing right now is very dangerous by exposing this, but y'all need to understand something. If you don't know what this is, if you don't know what this symbol is, if you ever see that symbol and you're trying to go to a church, run for your life. Run for your life. You do not ever want to see this. Ever. Like I said, y'all, just because they call themselves Christians or they believe in God, what God do they believe in? What God do they serve? Y'all need to do your research, because what I'm showing y'all right now is important. If you go to any churches and you see these symbols, run. Get out as quick as you can.
Stay weird.
I love y'all. Shalom.
Definitely wouldn't expect to see that in back of a church. Shout outs to Real Weird Time.
This is the island of St. Bartholomew, and all of those purple little triangles are billionaires and their associated super yachts. This photo was taken today because all of these billionaires and their super yachts have decided to converge on St. Bartholomew Island for New Year's. You see, every year around New Year's Eve, the world's elite class, the billionaires and their pet celebrities and pet politicians, gather here, specifically at the Eden Rock Hotel, for a super yacht festival. For reference, this is where the Eden Rock Hotel is, if you're in the area. Also feels important to point out that this is where St. Bartholomew is, and this is Jeffrey's Island. And this year's guest list is stacked. We've got that evil bald man, Jeff Bezos, Miriam Adelson, that Israeli lady, or American lady, I don't know. Her allegiance kind of depends on the day. And then a bunch of other folks. Also, notably, Dr. Phil is there. I saw he was on the list this year as well. This next figure just drives me a little bit insane, so I have to tell you, but over the next few days, over 80% of all of the wealth on Earth will congregate on St. Bartholomew. Last year, 173 people attended the New Year's Eve celebration at the Eden Rock Hotel, which is located right there. And we are literally looking at most of all of the wealth on Earth right there. Just thought that was really interesting.
It's extremely interesting. I know what a lot of you are thinking. We're not going to say the quiet part out loud. Shout out to traveling nurse Lex.
Over 2,000 different products are currently being recalled right now under a serious recall because they may be contaminated with rodent feces. This includes various different pet foods like pet food from Purina, Fancy Feast, Friskies, 9 Lives, and Meow Mix. It also includes Jif peanut butter, Pringles, random chocolate candy, Gatorade, and medicines like Dayquil, NyQuil, Advil, Tylenol, Benadryl, and other cold and flu medications, and vitamin supplements. I know that was a lot, but believe it or not, that was just part of the list because the recall contains hundreds of products. So there are nearly 2,000 different products that are currently being pulled after inspectors just found rodent feces, rodent urine, and other contamination inside the facility. We're talking about cold and flu medications, over-the-counter medicines, cosmetics, personal care products, dietary supplements, snacks and candy, pet food, and medical devices. Inspectors literally found rodents and birds inside of the warehouse, which means that the items could be contaminated with harmful bacteria, and some of that could be salmonella. This recall is specifically and uniquely only tied to this Gold Star Distribution Company. Gold Star Distribution is based in Minneapolis, but they're saying that the products were shipped to retailers in Minnesota, Indiana, North Dakota, and it at least affects 54 different stores. I'm not able to give you the entire product list and all of the codes to look out for in a single video because the recall is massive. The only thing I am able to tell you is out of the entire list, the only recalled batches are specifically from Gold Star Distribution. But obviously, if you want to make sure you don't have it, you need to look at the 2,000 item list.
I think we need Nick Shirley to go down to Gold Star and see what's going on. Shout out to Nick Jackson. This is crazy. Of all places, Minnesota, Minneapolis. Like, yo, that's wild.
Whatever you do, don't shit yourself at the Times Square ball drop. You have to pee, there's no bathroom. I don't know, people still don't know that. I try to make them aware of that every year. But there are no bathrooms. There's no porta potties. Once you're locked in your little situation, you can't get out. And you're not gonna get out. So you have two choices. You pee on yourself or you pee in a diaper. Diaper's probably better off. Otherwise, you're gonna be wet. And hopefully, you're not stupid enough to eat something the night before that's gonna make you do worse. Because if you do that, not only are you in trouble, but everybody around you's in trouble. This is what dreams are made of. You will wait for that ball to drop while you shit your pants, and you will scream, "Happy New Year!" as you reek of piss and poo and everyone around you too. The best of times for many.
Just parked in our house. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
It's a white, it's a white car that just white car out.
We need medical. We need medical.
Yeah. I'm on the
New Year's Eve celebrations are cancelled around the world because of a major warning. This is insane, but just days before New Year's Eve, there was apparently a terror plot across California where they found these people in Los Angeles. The FBI arrested 5 people who were allegedly planning a large-scale bomb attack across multiple cities for all of these bombs to go off at midnight on New Year's Eve. Genuinely terrifying. Did get these people, and they said it is most likely an isolated incident, but other cities around the globe are pretty scared at this and are taking precautions. For example, Paris have actually cancelled their iconic New Year's celebrations or have extremely dulled them down. Many other places such as Sydney, Tokyo, they're all about to pull back and cancel their celebrations. Now, I don't know if they're going to fully cancel it or if they're just saying this so that not as many people turn up, but countries are taking much more precautions because of what happened here, because if this isn't an isolated attack and there is more people involved worldwide, then who knows what could happen. I'm sure it is going to be fine and this was just a one-off and they managed to catch them, thank God. But still, these places are definitely dulling down the celebrations, if not cancelling them, but as always, I will keep you updated.
What's going on in the world? Good thing they caught them suspects. Shout outs to his Matt W01.
This person is either completely asleep or passed out.
Police in Oklahoma say this video shows something they had never seen before. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol says it received multiple calls about a slow-moving car on a highway, and the driver appeared to be slumped over the wheel. An officer located the vehicle traveling about 40 miles per hour, drifting between lane lines. Police say the officer tried driving next to the car with his lights and siren on to get the driver to respond, but that didn't work. The officer used a tactical maneuver to stop the vehicle and prevent a crash, according to Highway Patrol.
TBI, and he's woke up.
Police say the driver told them he had just worked nearly 20 hours within a 24-hour period and was driving home with the car's lane assist feature activated. Authorities are unsure how the vehicle maintained its speed because they don't believe the cruise control was on. The driver was safely transported home and was issued a citation for inattention.
You people that keep saying time is moving faster, you're not imagining it. It's a physical thing. And what if I told you that removed books of the Bible actually talk about this speeding up of time? Not to mention maybe physical proof, but a lot more physical than you even think. So first, we have birds migrating 1 or 2 times more per year than they're supposed to. And it's not just the overmigration. Check this out. When you're laying in bed at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and you hear them tweeting, their whole clock is screwed up. But what if I told you their clock is not screwed up? It's perfect, and the way you perceive time is screwed up. And you're actually perceiving it different because the heavenly bodies, the sun, the moon, the stars, the wandering stars, are moving at different times. Just like the book of Enoch specified that in the latter end of everything would change its course in the sky. They're tweeting at 2 or 4 a.m. because it used to be 6, 7, 8 a.m. By the way, this video has been like 3 years in the making, constantly adding stuff to it. Get to this in a minute. So you know how people say every single decade, the 40s is the new 30, 50 is the new 30, and on and on? Maybe how they're dated year by year makes them older, but by actual realistic time we can't see, they're still younger. Getting deep, right? Now, did you know that your clocks can actually change on what they call gravity, which is really density plus mass? Have you been seeing the Schumann frequency, how crazy it's been lately? What do you really think this is? Watch my older video to find out how everything spiritual and energy-wise is nuclear. Women's menstrual cycles being all messed up, jumbled up at the same time. Now, you can't just take out an old clock because it's still going to measure it the same way that all the other clocks measure it. But instead you need to find footage of 50 years ago in those clocks, which is extremely difficult to do. Now, what would you do if I actually told you I was there when the speed up happened significantly in our age? I kid you not, it's right about mine doomsday. I look up at the clouds and they're going so quick out of nowhere. It's not just because you're getting old, time's moving faster.
Feel like he caught the intro to The Simpsons. Shout out to the real Moon Henry. Getting into the quantum physics of time. Winding up, moving faster. I definitely feel where he coming from, for sure.
7 a.m. I mean 8 a.m.
8 a.m.?
Yeah.
He's delirious. He's tired.
Yes, I took a shower.
6:45.
And I just came here.
5 a.m.
5 a.m.? So how come you're in a different, like, how come 5 a.m. is not first row?
Well, when you get here, it's first come, first serve.
Oh, like you run through the
You
bar?
run. That's exactly how you do it. You run.
Yeah, we just ran.
Are you gonna stay here until midnight?
Yes.
Yes? So if I come at midnight, I will see all of you?
Yes.
What time did you get here?
5 o'clock this morning.
5 a.m.?
Yes.
And you?
7 o'clock.
7 a.m. And you?
Y'all, the earth done leveled up and created something entirely new that we have never seen before. And that is this pink snow in Iowa, y'all. Have you ever seen pink snow before? Because I've never seen pink snow before. But today we get to see pink snow in Iowa. Now, the snow itself is not inherently pink, but the environment is, the sky is, and the snow is reflecting.
So, just curious, what does it mean when the world turns pink? And no, this isn't a filter. This is just filming of what it looks like outside right now. The world's gone pink. I think it's dusk, but
what would you do?
It's kind of cool.
It's like you're looking at this and your brain is like, what is going on here? Like someone changed their filter, but it's like, this proves that the earth is a living, conscious, breathing being. Because how does this happen? Who is doing this? What is causing this? And why have we never heard of this before? We're seeing so many different amazing anomalies and people are saying it's the end of the world type stuff. But this is a new world being birthed right in front of us, y'all. These are some of the things that we have never seen a day in our lives. And thanks to social media, we're seeing these changes, y'all. But if I were you, I would stay away out of this snow. Let me know what you guys think about this video, y'all. The shift is here. Let's get it. Peace in.
I can't even begin to fathom what would make the sky pink like that. Shout out to Conscious Juice. That's like one of them things where you be like, yo, you seeing what I'm seeing?
What is the difference between demons and ghosts? When we're talking about a ghost, we're talking technically about a purgative soul that has died, that is also disembodied, that's in the process of purgation. And it's allowed very strictly by God to ask for prayer to make satisfaction for some sin that they committed. A demon is a fallen angel that's infesting the place, usually because somebody did some satanic ritual to invoke the presence or a grave sin took place there, abortion, whatever, and that the demon is now saying, this is my space. I drove this guy to his wife here. I'm going to chill here because this is my space.
One of these days, my son is going to move out of the basement. He just will. He'll figure it out. He'll come to his senses.
This insane documentary just came out. So Ruby actually wrote down in her journals everything that she did. She was saying things like, I shaved his head, I whipped him with a belt yesterday. Why are you documenting this? She's like trying to get caught, I swear. Not that I condone this in any way. Just like, does she not even realize what she's doing is wrong? Well, no, the answer is no, because she believes it is justified because of her religion. There's one entry that says like the young boy and girl have been in such evil, devious behavior and that their sinful, selfish life life is now being intervened upon. But these kids are like 10. Like August 16th, 2022, day 2 of young boy jumping on trampoline. She would make him jump on a mini trampoline for hours at a time in the dead heat of the summer. And she wrote that if he was ever trying to take a break, it's because he was deceitful, because he was trying to cheat, that he is defiant. She then writes, the young boy, or I should say his demon, stays in the shade. Says that she comes back with a cactus poker and that she pokes his back and he doesn't even flinch. He is in a trance and doesn't appear to feel anything. Police ended up finding this. It's like a small exercise trampoline. Really sad thing about this is they also found like physical indentations, like marks that were made on the concrete from the trampoline. Then talk about how they see like calcium buildup on the trampoline, and this is because he's sweating so much. These monsters tortured him. They tortured him. Also writes in her journal, big day for evil. Yeah, you're evil, not his. He's then like writing about, yeah, like we starved him today and we called it fasting. Like he is a spawn of Satan. Like everything in this is so dark and so disgusting. But then it's like, thank God, like everything this poor boy finally was able to muster up the courage to tell the police was happening, like checked out in Ruby's journal. She's not only writing like spawn of Satan, she's writing like, you are loved, you are my son, my light. And of course, all of this is coming from Miss Jody. Follow for more true crime.
That is wild. I'm happy the police saved him, for real. She was the evil one. Shout out to Grace Michalek. Yo, the documentaries on Netflix these days are at an all-time high. Can't believe half this stuff is real.
This anomaly in the magnetic field, moving from the South Atlantic to the exact spot that Sacsayhuaman is pointing to. Yeah, the top part is aligned to a particular point in South Africa. El Mirador, the biggest pyramid in the world, points to the same spot. Pumapunku in Bolivia also points to South Africa. Every pyramid in China points to this spot. Even the underwater pyramids off the coast of Cuba point to this spot. So far, 85% of the world's monuments, from Great Britain to the pyramids in Japan, point to this one spot. The ethical skeptic here thinks this was the previous North Pole. If you rotate the Earth from that ancient pole to our current pole, the way the water drains out of the land would create the same ripples that we see in Montana, in France, and all over the world. What could possibly do this? Well, if the Earth's magnetic field was weakening and the poles were wandering, this could be an explanation.
During such a blast, the loss of thermoelectric equilibrium at the low velocity zone, which unlocks the crust from the mantle, combines with that mantle's heaving, and then the plate collisions, causing the oceans to leave their beds.
That's called core mantle decoupling, and that is an idea that's being researched by the ethical skeptic. One of the only theories that I've come across that actually takes the over 200 flood myths seriously and uses the data from the ancient world to try and piece together what happened. And in the next video, I will explain the key that makes all of this make sense. Still editing my full 1 hour breakdown of this entire theory for YouTube. I'm putting the finishing touches on it, okay?
I can't wait to watch. Shout out to baseforge.us with the 2025 pole shift theory. He definitely may be onto something.
Okay, so a lot of people have been seeing plasmoids in the sky for like a year now randomly. And I actually think there's a deep meaning to this that has to do with our future of technology and why we're going the wrong way and where the future is actually headed, but no one wants to talk about. I'm gonna talk about it. Okay, for those of you who don't know, the market of plasma technology is growing at an astronomical rate. Plasma is the future, and here is why. They're using it for space propulsion, they're using it for new airplanes, they're using it to clean water and air, just like the mythical unicorn did. They're using it for wound healing, cancer treatment, they're using cold plasmas. Of course, nuclear fusion. But with nuclear fusion, they're having problems such as something called turbulence. Everyone's investing in plasma. Google it. A lot of money. They're even calling plasma tech the new fire. Here's where it gets interesting. This quote about how we mastered the wind, the waves, the tide, gravity. One day we shall harness for God the energies of love. And then for the second time in the history of the world, humanity will have discovered fire. Fire, plasma is the energy of love. We are harnessing the energy of love in the wrong way. And here's where it gets super interesting. So what is technology? It is a projection outside ourselves of our inner power. Everything is a projection outside ourselves. And a lot of the tech bros to invent new technologies are using, LSD and mushrooms, right? That gives them great ideas. But if you're not coming from a grounded, healed foundation and heart energy, no matter how much you trip, you're going to fulfill whatever need is from your fourth dimensional collective unconscious ego. I will explain. I'm not trying to be offensive at all. We all do this. There is this middle layer that we visit when we take those type of things. And when you're completely sober in meditation, you visit more of this realm. And in this realm, you get great ideas pulled from this realm, but they are shadowed with your unhealed parts, your unintegrated parts, the collective unconscious, the stuff from past, present, future. But we really want to invent something that's never been done before, that's completely fresh. And for that, you need to pull from here. This kind of reminds me of this quote: humanity is acquiring all the right technology for all the wrong reasons. And let me tell you why. Basically, people are not facing their souls. You've probably met the people who've tripped a bunch of times but still have all those issues. And we all have issues. But we as a human race need to look more within and realize what we need to do before we make these new technologies. So a lot of people have been seeing plasmoids in the sky, having conscious experiences with them. These plasmoids are only here to show us what the consciousness can do with plasma as an evolved consciousness. They're trying to remind us of our inner power. We've been trying with technologies and we're more separated and disconnected and miserable than ever. Why? Because we have to first expand our consciousness and use something called supportive technology. This is what the future will be. This will be technology that harmonizes and supports consciousness. It is not conscious itself. It'll be full of nature, inorganic, soft tech, sustainable, harmonic, resonance. As we evolve our consciousness, we'll get these fresh ideas, start using plasma in the way we were meant to. I'm in plasma to learn more.
Shout out to Dana Kipple, aka Dana the Alien. Hey man, she's been trying to tell us for the past year or so. The fact that companies are investing millions into plasma technology says a lot. Talk about put your money where your mouth is. And most of all, plasma is love. Very interesting. It'd be great if technology could be in harmony with nature. You know what I'm saying? Instead of things that are destroying the planet. Very fascinating.
Abramovich, a lot of talk about her paintings, who she's around. Charles, that has the painting of pentagram, or Lucifer himself, it's in the painting, but it's hidden. Is any of it a coincidence?
I don't think there's any coincidences.
I mean, I don't either.
There's three types of curses: natural curses, there's generational curses, and then there's these preternatural curses. Within that, you have things like Freemasonry, theurgy, alchemy, and what we call pelican witchcraft. Pelican witchcraft, or those types of witchcraft, used more bodily. Again, a mockery of the Holy Eucharist.
Do you think that the purchaser of the painting understands what's inside there?
Yeah, I do. So.
Well, here's a good example. Harrison, you posted 2 weeks before Charlie Kirk died that there was a credible threat against his life. Has the FBI reached out to you to ask you about that?
No.
Also, are you going to tell us who that was? It feels like that might be relevant now.
Yeah. So in the absence of a rigorous investigation by the agency, we are led to lead this investigation. That is why Fort Huachuca is so relevant. But I was going to ask you, thank you, Candace. Can you tell us who told you that? Because the FBI is not asking you.
Yeah, I mean, the person that told me asked me not to say who they were, so I'm not going to give up a source. Sorry.
Showing you 161 Childcare in Columbus, Ohio. And as you can see, it does not look like a childcare center at all. It is locked, says it's open. There's a little desk right there, but the ceiling's all falling out and stuff like that. And if you come around back, you can see that this place is just a total dump. Literal just debris everywhere. Just a question, how do you enroll? How do you enroll your children here? You can't do that? No kids? So how can I enroll my children? It says you get public money through. You get public money through Ohio. You get money through the state of Ohio. This is a money that gets.
The song Crossroads, he described selling his soul for musical talent. Well, there's been several after that. John Lennon, for example, it was on December 8th, 1980, his last interview. For most people, that doesn't mean anything to them. To a Catholic, December 8th, that's the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. And in that interview, he admits that something comes over me, like I'm possessed when I write songs. You know? That day he walks out and is assassinated. They asked, why did you do it? He said, I don't know. I just realized I would do anything to be famous. I had voices telling me to shoot it. So there's been other actors that have said that have sold their soul. Or demon takes over me when I perform. Beyonce says that.
Beyonce says that?
Yeah, she said in interviews, yeah, something just takes over me.
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed the deep dive. If you enjoyed this video, please consider to give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Shout outs to all the reactors. Have a happy and safe New Year's Eve. Thanks again. Till next time.